I build robots. What's your superpower? So in September of 2013, Lego Mindstorms introduced the EV3, or set 31313. And Johnny ended up getting one of those for Christmas that year, December 2013, and we had a really good time with it. But come around school the next year in the fall of 2014, Johnny would have been in the 4th grade then. I approached the elementary school and said, hey, let's have one of these first Lego League or FLL robotics clubs. And oh, by the way, I'm willing to be the coach and come in and do all the work, the heavy lifting part at least. And can I do that? And I got support from the PTSA and the principal and everyone else I needed at the school, and we embarked on a journey of learning about the Mindstorms robot and the Lego software, and I don't remember what the challenge was called that year, but playing the game and all of that good stuff. And it evolved. I did it again in the 5th grade, took a break in the 6th grade. Actually, my 5th graders went to the state championship. So my 2nd year, I took a team to state. We didn't advance to world, but still, that was pretty exciting. Johnny went into the 6th grade and he moved schools, and the program at that school had disbanded right when we got there. And of course, I offered to run it, maybe scale it down, because I think they had like 4 or more teams. And I was prepared to do 1 or 2, but not maybe 4. And so I offered to do it, and they let it die. And that was kind of sad. But thankfully, for the 7th grade, Johnny moved up to Wake Young Men's Leadership Academy to finish out middle school and then start high school. And they did not have a current robotics program, and they were super interested in having one. So again, I approached the principal and the PTSA and the math teachers and said, let's do this. And I had support, and we got started. And so I'm currently in my 4th year, so 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade for Johnny, but my 4th year over there coaching the robotics club. So all that time, we've been using that Lego Mindstorms EV3 kit 31313, plus the educational components, the extensions, the add-on pieces, the rechargeable battery. We've been using it all that time, and those robots have held up great. I mean, we've used them at sumo bots where they literally smash into each other, and I have one robot that's lost the ability to make sounds, which has not really held us up too much in using it. And all the rest of them are running great. Now, they're all not original robots, right? I tried to add 1 or more a year when I could. Those robots are expensive. I had some help from parents making donations to equipment kind of under the table, like, here, go buy what you need for the club, we want to support you, that kind of thing. And so I like to try to have one robot for 2 boys or 2 students would be the best. 1 for 3 can work. After that, it's really hard to find enough stuff to keep everyone busy and happy and engaged and learning and sharing well. So usually a team for FLL would be 10 students. So if I had 5 robots for 10 students, that would be like fantastic. But of course, 5 robots could be 15 students. And at WYMLA, Johnny's school, we've done 2 teams a year, so we've allowed up to 20. But I think by the time we went to competition, we really had like 6 or 7 interested boys per team. So I did my best to share the work. But in 2019, Lego FLL, Lego, the store, introduced a robot called Spike Prime, and that was from their education branch, because Lego and Lego Education are really kind of 2 separate companies. And it was a brand new brick, and it was kind of, it looked like it was sort of for elementary school kids, which Lego FLL starts in the 4th grade and goes up through about 8th grade. So there are elementary school kids there, but I don't know, it didn't have that really powerful look to it. I didn't have the money to go buy it. We were all invested in the equipment we had. Lego said we could keep on using what we had, and so I didn't want to throw that in the mix. But Lego has come out now, and this was in the fall of 2020, so a year after Spike Prime, with the Lego Robot Inventor kit 51515, and it is essentially, it's the same brick that Spike Prime used, but it's geared a little bit more, I would say, toward, well, first the retail space, and more as a Lego Mindstorms EV3 replacement. So they have announced that they're discontinuing the EV3, although at least as you go buy the whole original retail kit. Although, you know, there's a huge EV3 trade of new parts and used parts on eBay. And I even think the Lego store still has like the EV3 brick and some such stuff like that. So I think it'll be around for a long time to come. I think, you know, Lego FLL, they allowed NXT, the robot prior to EV3, to be used in competition, even including this last year. So I expect the old robots will be in competition for some time to come, but we have a new robot now, and I am super excited that Dawn gave me the go-ahead to go ahead and get one, because, you know, the robot lady has to have the new equipment. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to fit it into robotics, which I do plan to do again in the fall. Minus my son now, who's aged out and moved on to other things, but with the interested kids that are at the school. So, you know, mostly 6th, 7th, and some 8th graders, a 9th grader if they're interested in coming and haven't aged out, or if they're interested in helping, volunteering. So I guess without further ado, it's time to open up this this box that came in the mail yesterday that had the big old battery symbol on it. So we'll get into A, how cool this new robot is, and B, some of the differences between the EV3 and the Robot Inventor, or I'm going to call it the old robot and the new robot, but just know that there's a lot of other versions of robot in between. So it looks like one piece of tape. The box is in great shape, so I'm not worried about anything going on there. I did order it from Amazon. I'll put the link in the description, and that was sort of so that I could get it here really quicker than I felt Lego could get it to me, because once I decided I needed to have it, I needed to have it. And you know, Amazon points, Lego points, points are good. Either point would work. So here it is. Here it is. It's a similar size box to the one that the EV3 robot came in, maybe just a little bit smaller form factor, because everything about the new Robot Inventor, the new robot, is smaller. Number one, everything is smaller. So I'm sure there's a few pieces of tape here, and my kitties on the floor, they're very interested in checking out the cardboard box because they feel like they've gotten a present too. All right, so let's cut the tape, make this mine. Lego does stand behind all of their stuff if parts are ever missing or things malfunction. You're not going to have any problem with Lego. They have a phone number to call to make things right, and that's just never a concern. They charge for their stuff, and their stuff is well put together. Lift off the lid. Now the original, the old robot box, the box was, they had some cardboard in it. It had a sleeve on it, and it opened up so you could do things. This looks like it's sort of meant to be a sorting compartment, although without any real dividers. I don't know that I think that that would be particularly useful. I want to put this in a safe spot. We don't need the box anymore for now. Safe spot. There. All right, so I see excitement and a ton of cool stuff and new part colors and hours of joy and a challenge. And I'm sure some people would be like, oh wow, what is that? I'll see a lot of familiar things, a lot of familiar stuff. So this teal color is kind of, I mean, maybe Lego used it for something else, but in my impression is there are no teal parts in the old robot inventory, and these parts are new for the Robot Inventor here. It comes with pins. There's a new gear differential in this robot, which is, you know, an in-depth topic, but I know to look for that in here. There are, I believe there's, I want to say, yeah, there's 4 motors, and this is the ultrasonic sensor, and it comes with a Lego version of a breadboard, a ball for doing games, for teaching yourself stuff, a lot of robot fairing parts to dress up the robot and make him look cool. This is 1 color sensor. You know, a lot of times when we do sumo bots, we need 2 per robot. The old set came with just 1. This is your recharging cable, lots more pins and fairing parts and brackets and pins. So there's a lot of stuff in here. Let's see, the box says there are 949 pieces. To put that in perspective, some of the modular buildings I've been building lately have over 3,000 pieces. However, you know, there are a lot of decorative pieces associated with the modular buildings, whereas just the fairing parts are kind of body armor for the robot. Think SpaceX and rocket components. The fairing parts are sort of decorative, but they also keep, you know, kind of distinguish the internal guts of the robot versus the external parts. I just want to say for adults watching out there that you're never too old to have a Lego robot, whether you have kids or grandkids to justify it or not. And as you'll see as we do some stuff with this, you don't have to be an expert programmer. Lego gives you some code to make things work, and you know, you can certainly learn along the way, but you don't have to be too expert. So the very first thing you're going to notice about what comes out of the retail Lego Mindstorms Inventor 51515 is that it comes with a lithium-ion rechargeable battery, thus the battery symbol on the box. Now, the original retail version took 6 AA batteries, and you know, if you're just looking at the LCD screen and dropping programs onto the brick and maybe reading the color sensor, that doesn't use a lot of battery. But if you're practicing turns and spinning and traversing across the table, those large servo motors would eat those batteries up really quick. And on top of that, you don't get a very consistent battery output. So your motors might not move, you know, a 50 setting might not move the same when the battery's really full, or the battery versus the battery sort of moving toward empty. So we would end up having to buy the education version, which came with a rechargeable battery, and or source it from Lego or on eBay, and those batteries were like $100. So the fact that Lego has put this in the box and it's part of the retail version and for the same price as the old robot version, that's a big deal in my humble opinion. And hopefully this battery's got a little bit of juice. Let's find out.